that they'll survive?
Well, I'm worried. I've seen this playbook before. This reminds me what's happening here to the early Putin years when he pushed back and he took over the media. He removed some people he didn't like. But I'm cautiously optimistic, basically for two big reasons. One, our institutions, our check on executive power, are much more powerful today than they were in the early Putin era. Independent media, parliament, opposition party. I'd like it to be a little bit stronger, by the way, personally. Civil society, that we're in a better place there. And the other thing we have that the Russians didn't have in the early 2000s is we have hundreds of years of experience with democracy. But let's make no question about it. In my lifetime, this is the biggest, hardest fight for consolidating and preserving democratic institutions in the United States of America. And it's going to be a fight. It's not going to happen just because there's a piece of paper that says you have these rights. People are going to have to fight for the things that are in that Constitution. But I'm cautiously optimistic we're going to be okay.
Ambassador Michael McFaul. The book is Autocrats versus Democrats, China, Russia, America, and the New Global Disorder. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Remember, there's a lot more online, including a fact check of President Trump's claims on mail-in voting. That is at pbs.org/newshour. And be sure to watch Washington Week with The Atlantic tonight, right here on PBS. Jeffrey Goldberg and his panel discuss the new reality here in the nation's capital after Tuesday's election results. And on PBS News Weekend, rural hospitals are struggling to keep their doors open, but a new federal investment could help. That's coming up Saturday on PBS News Weekend. And that is the NewsHour for tonight. I'm Amna Nawaz. On behalf of the entire NewsHour team, thank you for joining us and have a great weekend.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions and friends of the NewsHour, including Kathy and Paul Anderson and Camilla and George Smith. The Walton Family Foundation, working for solutions to protect water during climate change so people and nature can thrive together.
Two retiring executives turn their focus to greyhounds, giving these former race dogs a real chance to win. A Raymond James financial advisor gets to know you, your purpose, and the way you give back. Life well planned.
Certified financial planner professionals are proud to support PBS NewsHour. CFP professionals are committed to acting in their clients' best interest. More information at letsmakeaplan.org.
The William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, for more than 50 years advancing ideas and supporting institutions to promote a better world at hewlett.org. And with the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions. And friends of the NewsHour. This program was made possible by the contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You're watching PBS.
This program is sponsored by
Hall Commercial Printing, serving Kansas with quality printing of single color to full color. Hall Commercial Printing can provide for all your needs.
Bill and Irma Riley support fair and balanced reporting on PBS NewsHour, recognized as America's most trusted news source. In memory of Jack Fitzpatrick, from the Greenberg family.
Good evening, and welcome to Washington Week with The Atlantic.
Get the best context on the week's top political news from experienced journalists, led by moderator Jeffrey Goldberg.
The trials could still be going on or could start as he's president.
That could happen.
And we're looking now at possibly even a trial of the president's son.
Many people still are unclear about Biden's agenda.
Hi, Brandon Barnett with Blue Dot. For nearly 65 years, Blue Dot has been servicing Topeka and surrounding communities with their HVAC and plumbing needs.
Turn it on, turn it on, turn it on with Blue Dot.
The Electron Solar Farm
with executive orders.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Bennett.
And I'm Amna Nawaz.
I'm Margaret Hoover.
I'm Christiana Manfou in London.
Bring us up to speed there.
Israel is vowing serious consequences.
Did you get a commitment from President Trump?
We have to work on it.
When that story is told, it will be easier for us to see each other like the people who came before us.
Today, we live in a time when meaningful discourse is needed more than ever.
Is this just, at the end of the day, very smart politics?
It's, never compromise on the accuracy.
This is the story of modern war, how it's fought and how it's changing us.
If this is the way we're going to start breaking the ice, then let's do it.
The unprecedented violence on the streets of Ecuador.
A once peaceful nation, warring drug gangs.
Spawned a crime wave.
A military crackdown.
The president declaring the country is in a state of war.
And those caught in the crossfire.
Tuesday night at 9 on KTWU.
This is KTWU, local public television.
This program is underwritten by Lexington Park, independent living apartments providing excellent amenities and maintenance-free living. On 10th, across from Gage Park.
This program was underwritten by viewers like you, very special individuals who enjoy the content and hope you do as well. We very much appreciate their financial support of KTWU.
This is what President Trump seems to enjoy the most, holding court in the Oval Office, Mar-a-Lago North, and hosting and sometimes lecturing world leaders, scenes projecting power, potency, and his central role in the conduct of foreign affairs. But there's a different reality outside the Oval Office, one in which polls are showing him unpopular with the majority of American voters, one in which Democrats just swept key races, indicating people are impatient and unhappy with the country's direction. Next.
This is Washington Week with The Atlantic. Corporate funding provided by...
In 1995, two friends set out to make wireless coverage accessible to all. With no long-term contracts, nationwide coverage, and 100% U.S.-based customer support. Consumer Cellular. Freedom calls.
Certified financial planner professionals are proud to support Washington Week with The Atlantic. CFP professionals are committed to acting in their clients' best interest. More information at letsmakeaplan.org.
Additional funding is provided by Koo and Patricia Ewan through the Ewan Foundation, committed to bridging cultural differences in our communities. Sandra and Carl DeLay Magnuson, Rose Herschel and Andy Shreves, Robert and Susan Rosenbaum, Charles Hamawi through the Charles Hamawi Fund, Steve and Marilyn Kerman, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. Once again, from the David M. Rubenstein studio at WETA in Washington, Editor-in-Chief of The Atlantic and moderator, Jeffrey Goldberg.
Good evening and welcome to Washington Week. The main topic of concern this week, for the practical-minded at least, is this. Does the American air traffic control system still work? And if it isn't working, who's to blame? We'll talk about the government shutdown, now the longest in history, and we'll talk about some other bad signs for the president's political standing, Tonight with Leanne Caldwell, the chief Washington correspondent at Puck. David Ignatius is a foreign affairs columnist at the Washington Post. Mark Leibovich is a staff writer at The Atlantic. And Jeff Zeleny is the chief national affairs correspondent for CNN. Chief. Be careful the way you address him. Thank you all for being here. Leanne, let me start with you. So America, our country, is the world's sole remaining superpower. It can project force into any corner of the world. It has the world's largest economy, but we can't seem to get people to work in the air traffic control system, so the flights are being canceled left and right. I guess this is because the government doesn't work, but what I need to know from you is who to blame. Who do we blame?